welcome to our second part in this series about faith. And today we will see that strong and spiritual faith is built on the truth and on facts. This is very important to understand, because many people today, they believe we only must have some imaginations and believe that and it will happen. This is not the biblical faith. We need facts. And when I started with my doubts, critical, to read the Bible, I understood that there is a logic in it. For example, in Romans 1st chapter is standing in verse 20, "For since the creation of the world, His, also God's, invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even the eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse." This is logical, because we know nothing is coming from nothing. Take, for example, a smartphone. Can you believe that a smartphone starts to exist from nothing? And it works from nothing, without intelligence, without a producer? This is nonsense. This is not reasonable for me. To believe in evolution, the Big Bang, how stupid is that? To believe that from a big explosion is coming life? Million different kinds of life. Hello? When a factory is exploded, the result is no product which is working. I don't believe that. And life is much more complicated. To produce intelligence, there must be a super brain with intelligence. My logic says there is a creator, a very intelligent God. And the second question was for me, but why should I trust in the Bible? Why shouldn't I trust in other books, in other opinions, in other religions? I found the next logical answer in it, why the Bible is the Word of God. This is the evidence that the Bible is the Word of God. Look, Jesus says in John 13, "Now I tell you before it comes, that when it does come to pass, you may believe that I am He." Do you see how the Bible is built up? Jesus doesn't say you must believe. Then we could ask, but Jesus, you are warning us for wrong prophets, for many wrong Christs. But why should we believe that you are the right? Why should we believe in you? Yes, Jesus says, and this is the logic of the evidence of God, "I will tell you some things before they come to pass. And when they come to pass, then you can believe that I am He, the omnipotent God who knows the end from the beginning." Because that's the Word of God. God has given us the whole world history from the beginning to the end. Only He knows what is happening in the future. And this is a wonderful study in the Bible to see that things in world history were prophesied long time before they happened. The 4 world kingdoms were prophesied by the prophet Daniel. But even small happenings, and these are big happenings. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. The prophet Michael is telling it before 500 years. The prophet Jesaja, 700 years before Jesus died, he's explaining that. How is that possible? Jesus gave us prophecies, and they are going in fulfillment in front of our eyes, 2 days in this end time. Why is it logical to believe that Jesus is coming back? When you understand the Bible, then it's absolutely logical to believe in the second coming of Christ, because his first coming was prophesied in detail with more than 330 prophecies which were going in fulfillment from his birth to the death and resurrection. And when we see that everything was going in fulfillment as it was prophesied, then my logic tells me then also the other things will happen as it is prophesied. You see, the logic to believe in the word of Bible as the word of God is connected to this prophecies and fulfillment, and this is the evidence of God. And this gives us the basic, this is awakening our faith in the word of God. It was a revelation in my head, in my understanding, when I got the point that things are going in fulfillment 100 years, 1,000 years after they were prophesied. This is not in human ability. This is what Jesus says. When you see that these things are happening, then you can believe that I am. You should know one thing. The Bible is an old book, but it's more actual than your daily newspaper, because biblical prophecies is going in fulfillment today. And this is awakening our interest even in the other parts of the Bible. Heartily welcome. Tomorrow we continue.